Hello there, Site42 staff, as well as those of you from the greater SCP Foundation community. And welcome to another Coffee Break with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site42. As always, I am Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director here at Site42 of the SCP Foundation. And as I have done for the past nearly 11 months and counting, because the daily stream streak must remain strong, I'm here to open my office door to you, the SCP Foundation staff, to answer your burning questions about this dark and mysterious place of employment we call the SCP Foundation. So whether you have questions about the anomalies we contain, the staff who contain them, the groups of interest who try to stop us from containing them, or hypothetical containment procedures about anomalies that fall outside of the SCP Foundation's purview, perhaps they're from a different multiverse or pataphysical narrative level, i.e., fandom. Either way, we are here for the next 1 hour for today's stream subject and standard Q&A. I know, team, it's a little short, but I've got things to do, research to done. When the lab tells you, Dr. Sherman, you've got to see this, well, with trepidation, I go down to the lab to see what they're talking about. But before I begin the stream subject and the standard Q&A, let me hit you with a little bit of that housekeeping. First and foremost, Lucas, the intern, congratulations on being the most punctual member of today's Containment Hazard Assessment team, i.e., congratulations on being first chatter. Meanwhile, Amber, Researcher Lass, Senior Researcher Alex, Stephen Tambari, Dr. Frogman, Gamer77, been a while, hope you've been doing well. Just Pitt. Everyone who I have just named, thank you for being here punctually, and thank you for being members of Site42 on YouTube. We appreciate your membership and your service. Furthermore, Eternal Sugar, Joey Smith, Jace the One, Some River Song, and insert channel name. Welcome to today's stream. Thank you for being here punctually, and thank you for being here just for being you today. Now, as I get into the stream subject, I just want to answer a couple questions I saw about it while the chat was going. Dr. Frogman says, saw the post Andrea made, huh? And the answer is no. I did not see the post Andrea made. Now I'm going to look at that post real quick. So, let me use that as an opportunity to talk about what's happening. And I'll start with Andrea's post, since you mentioned it. But actually, no. Let me tell the story the way I want to tell it. Let me go back, because I have to give some props here. I have to give some props very specifically to chatter and member of the Site42 staff, Philip November. You see, Philip November, just a couple of days ago, gave me a viral Twitter post because they came into this chat talking about a YouTube reviewer reviewing There Is No Anti-Memetics Division, and then when I informed them that There Was No Anti-Memetics Division was an SCP story, they were surprised. Now, among us in the SCP fandom, of course, that would be a bit crazy to hear, because we all know that There Is No Anti-Memetics Division, which is getting huge review buzz on the mainstream science fiction book circuit right now, was originally an SCP Foundation series, just another list of SCP tales on the wiki. But it was a particularly well-written and well-loved series, to the point where the author Quantum made that series into a self-published book, because the Creative Commons for SCP Foundation lets you do that. And so the self-published book for sale of There Is No Anti-Memetics Division sold a bunch of copies. I have a first edition copy where it's still SCP Foundation. But unfortunately, as we're all familiar, big studios, big groups do not like the Creative Commons because they cannot own it outright and restrict people from using it. And so when Quantum shopped there is no Anti-Memetics division around to publishing houses to get a wider release, some marketing buzz from a big old book publisher, well, the only way they do it is if all of the serial numbers from the SCP universe were filed off. That way, they could copyright the book outright and therefore restrict its use. So while you cannot, via the Creative Commons, pull a Creative Commons release, once you release something Creative Commons that's permanent, you can still file off the serial numbers and then submit your 10% different for legal reasons version for use. And so that is what Quantum did for the newest edition of There Is No Anti-Memetics Division. And let me get this straight, I always say it, I do not fault Quantum for this. It is the way that an artist gots to get paid these days, unfortunately. We live in a capitalist system. Get your bag, Quantum. And, you know, I had hope that even though Anti-Memetics Division was getting de-SCP-ified, people would look it up and they would find out, oh, SCP is where There Is No Anti-Memetics Division came from. Well, obviously, by Philip November's proof, some people did not realize that. But hey, you know what? We're not making fun of Philip November because, hey, you know what? Everyone's got their day to learn something. In hell, if it's not my job here on YouTube to be your educational source for the SCP knowledge. So I was happy to be here to clear up that misconception for Philip November and any other future SCP misconceptions I can bring you later. Run! It's an SCP! It looks like an SCP, but due to Creative Commons, it's not. Thank you, Dr. Frogman. Excellent quote use. And thank you for informing me that there's a blurb at the end thanking the SCP Foundation at the end of the new edition. That's very nice, and I do hope that people actually read those special thanks so that people do go, oh yes, SCP Foundation, good, we know them. Intern River Song, you are correct. Quantum did write on their website as well as in AMA that they have made other editorial edits and improvements to the book. So it's not just that they filed off the serial numbers. Quantum did, in fact, make edits and improve the book, which is cool. I haven't read the new edition yet. I have both, but I need to do that. But I am thanking Philip November for the stream subject today because due to me having that little viral tweet about There Is No Anti-Memetics Division, due to my algorithm being tweaked by my interaction with the book, Google searching for it, I stumbled upon a new live-action short of There Is No Anti-Memetics Division that I didn't even know about. Did I forget because it was anti-memetic? Did I forget my nestics? Did I lose it in a bout with my amnestic treatment from previous disasters? Who knows? But 1 month ago, a YouTube channel by the name of Dust, and I don't know Dust, but they have 3.44 million followers, and they seem to be some sort of collaborative film channel. Dust is a curated narrative short film channel. I'm now reading their channel description. We have a thriving community of storytellers working together to present new, thought-provoking science fiction stories. Beyond our long-standing presence on YouTube, Dust also operates Alien Nation, a free streaming TV channel on Roku. Okay, so they are on a bunch of programs. I don't know Dust, but their desk, if you want to look at them for intel, their handle is Watch Dust. I have never heard of Dust before. This is not an endorsement of Dust. This is not a thing I know about. Although I do like science fiction, so I hope they're cool. But we're looking at Dust today, as well as the YouTube channel of a Adria Lang. Adria Lang in the YouTube channel A Rose on Thorn Street is the director of this sci-fi short film, There Is No Anti-Memetics Division. Now, you might notice this name here, starring Jessica Nicole. That, it turns out, is an actress well known for playing the character Astrid on the television show Fringe. Now, as a not Fringe head, I was unfamiliar with this actress, but apparently Fringe is a pretty cool show and people are very excited about it. And I gotta tell you, I kind of like the cinematography here. They started in the black and white, and then we come into the scenario. We have our other agent. I'm sure those of you familiar with the story know the deal with that fellow. And then, of course, we get to the thrilling conclusion. And I do like at the end that when they succeed at their mission, we get some color back because their costuming and set design. Oh, here's their little sci-fi 3D monster. So, you know, there's a little production quality for you. And so I'm just jumping around to show you some nice shots, and you can go check this out in full on your own time. But suffice it to say, I did not know this existed, and now that I do, you do. Dust, being a huge channel, has a fair amount of views on this, so it's not as if we are breaking the internet by breaking a news story for this. But it is something where if they're making SCP content, we can support that. I did not check the credits, if they have their proper Creative Commons and things like that. That is something that should be looked into. Again, this is all just stuff that I've stumbled upon recently and I'm learning about in the meantime. Do the credits mention the Creative Commons at all? Copyright under Velvet Glove Productions. Ooh, that's not exactly good. Based on the short story, we need to talk about 55 by Quantum. SAG-AFTRA. Get rid of the copyright 2024 Velvet Glove Productions. This work is licensed under CC by NCND4. Okay, interesting. I am not sure how that jives with SCP Foundation licensing. It is important to remember I am just an SCP Foundation YouTuber. I am not familiar with the rules here. This work is licensed under CC by NCND4. So remember, the SCP Foundation is licensed by the Creative Commons 3.0 share-alike with attribution. So this is a different license. It is a non-monetized license. I wonder how that jives. I'm not exactly certain of the rules here. If anyone happens to be a copyright lawyer, you might want to reach out to me and let me know what the difference is. But, of course, this gives me a secondary chance to also remind you that we've already got one. Because shouting out this project is, of course, friend of the channel, Andrea Joshua Asnikar, who a couple weeks ago shared this, so obviously I didn't see this post either. Love the YouTube algorithm. It certainly shows you everything you want to see and does not hide things from you when they would be very useful. But let's not forget that along with congratulating Adria Lang's SCP Foundation sci-fi short film, don't forget that Andre Joshua Asnikar brought us the 4-episode mini-series of There Is No Anti-Memetics Division. And of course, we all can't get over the number one most important part of this short, which is our... Where is it? Where is hell? There we go. Hell of a first day. Hell of a first day. Love us some Hell of a First Day. This is a fantastic actor. This guy rocks. I don't remember his name, but he is freaking great. Who are you? 058, Alistair Gray, Jeffrey Richards. Jeffrey, you're an all right guy. I know nothing about you, but your performance here was great. All right, let's put you guys back on the rack. So, the stream subject was simply today, hey guys, more SCP Foundation live action films. Let's see if we can't give it a little high five. Say, hey, the SCP Foundation has taken notice. We're cool. Thank you for adapting our work. I still don't know if the Creative Commons is right. I'll have to look into the difference of that later. But, hey, that's what we get for doing this all. Stream of Consciousness Live. And now, with our stream subject complete, let me hit you with the catching up on donations, followed by our standard Q&A for the next 45 minutes. 369 Destroyer, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a fruit salad, yummy, yummy, on your way past the commissary. Liminator research update. We have managed to reverse engineer the tech, and we are working on creating a remote activated version. I wish you the best of luck with that. Hopefully, that's what science team has for me down at the lab. That would be very convenient. I would love some good news. He was also in Get Ace as Trent. Charger, I do not know what a Get Ace is, but I assume you're talking about Mr. Jeffrey Richards, who I just complimented. Australian animated television series follows the adventure of Ace McDougall, young boy with amazing high-tech superpower dental braces. Love that. And yes, I do see Jeffrey Richards mentioned in the credits, as well as the editor of the series, apparently. Maybe that's a different Jeffrey Richards? Huh. Or maybe he just wears multiple hats. Multiple hats is cool. I mean, when you're doing a YouTube channel, you have to be your on-screen talent, your lights, your sound, your editor, your special effects. You got to do everything. Your marketing. So yeah, I can imagine another creative having to wear multiple hats. I saw SCP-096's face. Well, intern Thassi, I don't know if you actually saw its face or artistic representation. I'm hoping the latter, because if it's the former, then, well, you gonna die. I got no help for you. So, I guess that's that. I'm 5 steps ahead, Dr. Sherman. 5 steps ahead. Five steps ahead of what, Rar Caution? It's the problem with chat, is I don't know exactly what you're responding to with that. Are you streets ahead, son? Are you streets ahead? Researcher Last, thank you for your 4 months as a level 1 researcher. We appreciate your membership and your service here at Site 42. Doc, did you get the anomalous mini fridge? Not sure it has been delivered yet. Ever since last... What's the phrase I'm looking for? Ever since the Liminator disaster, the on-site mail service has been a little chaotic, to say the least. I watched the series. What series, Rar Caution? Are you talking about There Is No Anti-Memetics Division? By Andrea Joshua Asnikar? Are you talking about... What show are you talking about? I already watched it. You already watched what? I'm going back in your chat history. You said I already watched it. I don't know what it is. You said a series, so I imagine you mean Andrea Joshua Asnikar, which is a 4-episode series. Because if you watched the Dust episode, that was 1 episode, not a series. I heard there is an anime coming about SCP. Intern Drazink. Yes. That would be, you're talking about SCP Gallionic. Friends of the channel, SOM Studios on YouTube, are a team of independent animators who have worked on several projects in the anime industry, such as Jujutsu Kaisen, One Piece, Mushoku Tensei, Dandadan. And they are in the running. They have funded and are continuing to fund the stretch goals of a 20-minute anime short film. And so if I turn off our ambiance, we can enjoy for a moment the delightful trailer for SCP Gallionic.
So,
Latido.
what will it be?
Shuffling papers, then the credits eyeballs, and then you see the blood upon the floor. No one cares, this happens every day. Things here at the Foundation are quite rough, but if you are a tough one, then you can survive the destruction. Well, physically, but mentally and emotionally is kind of iffy. But do your best, even with the winged anomalies everywhere.
To what little I have.
Kickstarter's halfway done. And so yes, A, that looks hype as all get out. B, please do not close all my tabs. I need those. C, since yesterday's stream where we interviewed the creative director from SOM Studios, they have gotten another 2,700 euros donated. They are fighting their way up to their next stretch goals. There are how many stretch goals remaining? 4 stretch goals remaining. I very much hope to see this comic Ghost Stories like dub at the 320k euros. So make sure to keep donating. Make sure to keep sharing it so that we can get all our stuff going on here. Maximum effort, people. Maximum effort. Returning to the chat. Do you think SCP-72 9 would be perfect for a horror film? It is literally the worst thing we have in containment. Yes. Clearly. Last thing about Last thing about the Gallionic. Oh, don't want that. Last thing about Gallionic before I move on to the general chat again. Just a reminder that A, thank you to SOM Studios to making Dr. Sherman an SCP Gallionic character. This is very kind of you guys, and it looks super cool. I'm going to pretend that this is the JJK edition of Dr. Sherman. Definitely exists in JJK. No one can tell me otherwise. He was in a building. You just didn't see him. You just didn't see him. And furthermore, reminder that if you missed it, we interviewed Brandon from SOM Studios yesterday on stream. So check out yesterday's VOD to see the Q&A. All right, let's pop back over to the chat. Intern Mad Scott, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Help yourself to a fizzy water on your way past the commissary. 500 spiral gestalt SCPs. What do you mean? 500 spiral gestalt SCPs. While I'm looking at the article, thank you, Des, for pulling that up in the back channels. Intern Dan Hill, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. I mean, we have one SCP called the Spiral Gestalt, but I don't know about 500 of them. That seems like it would be a lot. I am looking over the document. It doesn't mention the number 500. I hope we only have the one. If only because I don't think we need 500 of any anomaly. One of each is enough. SCP-4598, codenamed the Spiral Gestalt, refers to the corpse of Dr. Fred Hammond. 4598 singular anomalous ability, or property, is being one standard deviation off of stable, as described on the Q-Orange scale of reality distortion. 4598 was discovered in Dr. Hammond's cubicle. On the Foundation terminal which Dr. Hammond was operating, the file written by Dr. Hammond describing what he self-designated SCP-4598, attached above, alongside two heavily distorted audio files were found. The contents of the first file contains pure static aside from the following lines starting at the 156 mark. My thoughts have taken me so far away. I only hope I will return to what is really real one day. The second file consists of a 4-second audio clip during which only one sentence is said. I offer this song in my own voice, leading to a tale called Still the Same Nightmares. So, OG Mad Scott, thank you for donating again to clarify. I appreciate it. Let me just quickly. True God Fox, thank you for sending a girl power for the Containment Hazard Assessment Team today. I am sure that the residual effects of International Women's Day are still being felt by the girl power being shown to the chat. Referring to the insane amount of SCPs based on CB. And for Lenny the Demon Angel, CB in the SCP community refers to Containment Breach. SCP Containment Breach being the most prominent SCP game, as it was played by numerous YouTubers, including Markiplier. Markiplier mentioned in Site 42 a stream. Again, the streak continues. Put it on your bingo cards. And so, you're saying it refers to the insane amount of SCPs based on Containment Breach? Oh, and then Des shared me this thing from Fandom Wiki, and this probably has to do with, yes, okay, this is the thing that affects the D-Class / D9341, which is now canon in SCP-9341. The question is SCP-9341, which is truly based on SCP Containment Breach, the game, does that actually mention said Spiral Gestalt? And so, let me open up. Gestalt is not on the first page, but we're going to go to Gate A and see if we can find the Gestalt. That is a no on matches in Gate A. What about Gate B? No matches. So perhaps, unless I'm missing something here... Oh, there's more offsets. This is a bit of a, choose-your-own-adventure scenario, so there's a lot going on here. I cannot search for this all on its own, so you're going to have to look into SCP-9341 to discover if the Spiral Gestalt is mentioned. SCP OG Mad Scott, thank you for clarifying again. SCP-9341 itself doesn't mention Spiral Gestalt, but it implies a similar phenomenon, as the effects of the Gestalt aren't clear. Well, that does make sense. I mean, the Spiral Gestalt, so to speak, seems to me, based on it being from Fandom Wiki, it seems to be a fan theory that is highly believed by many people. And so it's a elevated fan theory, but a fan theory nonetheless. It does not look like it's become quite canon. All right, popping back to the chat, making sure that it's refreshed. Researcher Trailer. Thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a nice Earl Grey on your way past the commissary. Did I do the thing? If the thing is donating to Site 42, then yes, and thank you for your generosity. Hello, Site 42. My name is Dr. Alexander, making sure 096 is still secure. Well, someone earlier in the stream claimed that they saw 096's face, so we're still waiting on reports for if 096 is still in containment or if they are, if that user is getting got. After which we will recontain 096. Does Site 42 exist? Yes. I am within Site 42, that one guy. I in fact exist, yes. $369 Destroyer, thank you for donating again to say. Doc, there's a strange man outside holding a Bible asking for you specifically. Gave us a note saying, please return to Jesus land, brother. Oh. Stick it on the pile with the other ones. We're not going there unless it's absolutely necessary. Those Sons of the Swallowed are quite persistent. I don't know how they got the ability to send a courier to Site 42. It's very disturbing. But I do want that courier trailed to see if they interact with the Sons of the Swallowed again, to see if we can isolate the agent and interrogate them. Rebel Commander, thank you for your 7 months as a level 1 researcher here at Site 42. I do not understand you and the Containment Hazard Assessment Team's obsession with that abomination. Haha, very funny. Put it in the chat so Dr. Sherman has a violent reaction. Would the Foundation contain the Ninja Turtles? Will they see them as friends since they save New York every day? Intern Brown, the answer is if we were to catch wind of mutant turtles fighting crime, we would contain those, yes. It is not a case where, oh, they're saving the day so we should let them go. No, we'll handle the problems too. I mean, what, we're gonna have a mess over a couple rampant ninjas running around? No big deal. Dimensional anarchy? Been there. We can handle the situation just fine without relying on some teenage turtles with tude. Intern Keith and Intern Stormy, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Just 1 second. I've been reminded of something I meant to do. Now that I've sent that message off, shout out to Voidster Animations in the chat. In case you're unfamiliar, Voidster Animations is our collaborator on the Site 42 Animated. And in the future, we'll be working on their own original SCP Foundation animated series. So, shout out Voidster. Looking forward to your next works. Dr. Sherman, see, that's... Is that like a fancy Dr. Sherman? Is that a form of like necromancy, Shermancy? Is there some sort of field of thaumaturgy I'm unfamiliar about? I'm worried. But anyway, what were you saying before I got confused by your terminology there? Can we get a time check? That's right. We are currently 36 minutes into this 1 hour stream. So we are, well, now 37 minutes. So we are 23 minutes from the end of stream. 23 minutes from the end of stream. So make sure to hit that like button to bring some more people in and get me your last minute questions. Do friendly humanoid entities from groups of interest get referred to by their preferred pronouns? Does the Foundation make exceptions for diplomacy? Yes, the Foundation does make exceptions for diplomacy. Now, friendly could be different connotations. You see, if we are the ones in power in the situation, such as bringing a person of interest in for an interrogation, then we will treat them however we damn well please. But if it is a high-ranking member of an organization that we cannot harangue, so to speak, then we would likely address them as they prefer to be addressed. I'm pleased to announce that I am actually working with the United Nations Global Occult Coalition. Anyway, I've been assigned to this site as an observer to this site. Speaking of diplomacy... Listen, I'm watching you. And if you do any sort of destruction of anomalies on my watch, you're going to have issues. What is your favorite Mobile Task Force unit? Well, clearly, Intern Quar, this would be Mobile Task Force Psi-42, codenamed the Signal Boosters. Our in-house Mobile Task Force for sharing and spreading the word about SCP Foundation projects. That way we can support them and help them to get their funding goals, engagement and attention so that they can make bigger and better SCP projects in the future. And because they're getting the love and financial support they need from the SCP community, they don't feel the need to go elsewhere or they don't feel the need to file the serial numbers off because we will support them even throughout the Creative Commons. Intern Anne. Oh, yes, and don't forget, Mobile Task Force Psi-42, codenamed the Signal Boosters, are also the #1 champions of the SCP Foundation Interdepartmental Hot Dog Eating Contest. Champion hot dog eaters. Ann 43, Intern Ann, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Go ahead and get yourself a bratwurst on your way past the commissary. Hi, Dr. Sherman, do you have a least favorite SCP? So, what I would say to that is that while speaking from an artistic viewpoint from the higher pataphysical level above us and looking down at the SCPs as if they were just stories, due to the SCP Foundation having a quality bar, a quality floor, which is the community vote, we don't really get bad articles on the site that survive very long, poorly written and the like. And so with that, I don't feel the need to have a least favorite because even if there's an SCP I don't really appreciate the flavor of, so to speak, I can still see the quality in the writing is to a level where it's worth having around because maybe it's someone else's favorite flavor. It's the same situation where people get mad because SCPs are so long and convoluted these days. Well, some of them are, but some of them are still short little monsters or magic objects. You just got to find the right ones. I don't go to a restaurant and begrudge people who like mushroom pasta because I hate mushrooms. You have your mushroom pasta. I'll have my fettuccine alfredo. Everyone can be happy. I'm not going to hate the restaurant because they serve food that I don't like. Now, that being said, if we are talking about personal interactions, then people infected with SCP-022-J-1 are awful and the worst, and SCP-729-DG is the absolute worst thing that we contain. Researcher Trailer, thank you for donating again to say, for democracy. Well, while I hope that SCP-5004-B does not screw up America's democracy, I must point out that the SCP Foundation is far less democratic. We are quite the fascist organization, very top down. So, you're not going to get a lot of democracy at the SCP Foundation, no matter how much you donate. I'm clipping that quote for Serpent's Hand propaganda. Oh, yes, Puppy Turtle, of course you would do that for the snakes. Not interested in their hippy-dippy, oh, we're gonna make all of the world anomalous. Humans will no longer exist, they'll just be eldritch beings. I prefer a little normalcy here. Intern Ghostbusters, you are correct. SCP Foundation. That is here. Yes, you found us. Dr. Sherman, due to making his comeback to the series, how would we, and yes I mean we, contain Infinite from Sonic the Hedgehog? I have no idea what that is. Also, what do you mean he, him? It's if it's an anomaly we contain, it's an it. Please practice proper pronoun parlance protocols. And what do you mean we when you say we and I mean we? Do you mean the Foundation? Do you mean you and me? What kind of we are you talking about? But what is Infinite from Sonic the Hedgehog? Video game character, Infinite, major antagonist of Sonic Forces. Appears as an anthropomorphic jackal. It's a jackal. Jackal, is it a jackal? Jackal. Jackal, I bet it's a jackal. Jackal! So, we all know the Sonic the Hedgehog characters are incredibly broken. What is this anomaly's abilities? Other game appearances. Appearance, personality, powers, and abilities. After obtaining the Phantom Ruby, Infinite was apparently a strong fighter, ultimate mercenary. Not as powerful as Shadow the Hedgehog. Infinite gained powers superior to those of the Master Emerald. If it required unrivaled power and ultimate strength. Yeah, that sounds like something they would claim. So, Infinite's illusions are formidable but can be neutralized by someone who has a Phantom Ruby prototype. Illusions only work if the target is within Ruby's field of effect. Confidence and constant need to satisfy his sadism will cause it to mess up in a situation, which might leave an opening for some sort of containment. Sonic characters are mostly too OP for the Foundation. The Foundation only handles so much of containment of anomalies. And usually it's through some sort of gimmick. Unless there's some way we can... come here, you. Puppy of Interest 42, codename Charlie, has come to say a hello. Flee, Charlie, flee. And for my personal allergic situation, okay. Returning to the chat, returning to the chat. Can SCP-999 die? I don't like your tone, Intern Whitney. But, suffice it to say, we have not found a way to terminate SCP-999, nor are we trying to. Dr. Sherman was SCP-049 is from United Kingdom. No, Intern Marlin. SCP-049 is from France. Close, but France. Doctor, what is SCP-9341? Intern Rosie, it seems to be based on the SCP Containment Breach game canon, and although I haven't read it fully, it seems to be a take on the events of the game. Desk would like to point out that, due to the Mary Sue-like tendencies of Sonic the Hedgehog characters, we would just have to use our own Mary Sue, Dr. Alto Clef. That'd probably work. Blue Phantom, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a order of tots on your way past the commissary. Tater tots, specifically. Not small children. We're running low on warfins, so tater tots specifically. Would the SCP Foundation contain the Doomslayer, where they ask him to help eliminate certain SCPs, and how is your week? So, the week is good. We had a good interview with SOM Studios. Now, as for the Doomslayer, it, remember, anomalous object, it, not he. Furthermore, I would venture to say that, I mean, the thing about the Doomslayer everyone forgets is it comes with its own containment protocols. There's a sarcophagus to contain the Doomslayer. You could just put it in a box. That's my favorite thing about SCPs is when they come with their own boxes. That's so easy. But, we would not utilize the Doomslayer in the field as a mobile task force agent or for decommissioning because the Doomslayer is too much of a loose cannon. Now, the Global Occult Coalition, they would love that guy. They would love that anomaly. But it's not really our speed. 369 Destroyer, thank you for donating again to say, Infinite is easy. Gem in Bix, Jackal in Cell, done. I'm sure you meant gem in box. Cool, yes. Humanoid containment cell. It said something about virtual realities, which has me, like, does it exist in virtual reality? Can we put it in a server and lock that in a Faraday cage? That'd be nice. Does O5 Council have more authority or the administrator? Intern Magar, the administrator is typically equal to, if not above, the O5 Council. Typically above the O5 Council. to quote the SCP Foundation database on the overseers. The administrator documentation. Out of character, there's a listing of all pages tagged with the administrator from oldest to newest. This should be a complete list because this is not a mere flesh and blood, but tags. Weird sentiment, but okay. The administrator. The administrator's role within the SCP Foundation is often nebulous, but they always seem to have played a role in the organization's founding and are credited with writing the mission statement, consistently associated with SCP-262. These things at least seem to be true, at least assuming the administrator even exists. If reports are to be believed, each administrator has had some anomalous traits which may be a factor of the position, including partial protection from reality shifts and extremely slow aging. Some reports even indicate that the administrator is an anomalous entity contained by the Foundation. The administrator's position in relation to O5 Command is unclear. The administrator may hold a position similar to an O5 council member, and may be less powerful or more powerful depending on the situation and time. Because of all this, the administrator often comes off seeming like a wild card, albeit a rather calm wild card. There may have been multiple administrators throughout the Foundation's history, but very few reports have indicated more than one at a time. Some reports claim that the administrator has retired, others claim that the administrator is deceased, and still others claim that the administrator was only ever an alias used by another member of the O5 Council, possibly O51. You can check, if you wish, the O5 Command dossier on the SCP database. It has overviews of multiple universal iterations of each overseer, including the administrator, and further intel. So that is a source for more information if you have the clearance to view that page. Oh, interesting. Lol. It seems that I just got a... For those of you who are unfamiliar, Wikidot has a messaging system where people can message you. And I just took a poke at a new message I had. Very often it's just people talking about wiki business or stuff like that. But I just live in front of all of you discovered that apparently somebody is impersonating me on the SCP fandom wiki. Someone has put my profile picture, general bio, and my author page bio as their user handle on the SCP wiki. On the fandom wiki. And so they're talking about it today like, no way, this is actual Dr. Sherman. They might be fake, so I'll ask the Sherm on Wikidot. Yeah, okay, they truly, yes, 'twas not I. For those of you who are wondering, how peculiar. Okay. Well, I will inform them that I am not the Dr. Theron Sherman from the SCP Fanon Wiki. Huh. Let me just go back to Wikidot. Not new message. I want to respond to a message. Reply. Hi there. Thanks for reaching out. I am literally streaming this second. Chat says hello. And in seeing your message, I am amused to say that I do not have a membership on Fandom Wiki at all. So this must be someone posing as me. Thanks for asking, and have a great day. Secure, contain, protect. All right. General, general SCP, YouTube, business. You know how it is. All right, refreshing the chat, making sure I haven't missed anything. DJ, yes, we are going to have to do the tag stream again since I did not get the opportunity to do much of the tags that last one. Today isn't the day for it just because today's a short stream. In fact, I'm supposed to be out in about 2 minutes and get to work. Now this just gives me an idea for an anomaly that just mimics other people, lol. Well, we definitely have shapeshifters and mimicking anomalies, and trust me, this is not the first time I've been impersonated online. Hell, there's so many TikTok accounts that pretend to be me and then repost all my videos, and TikTok does not care about that. So you just kind of learn to live with it, unfortunately. Can you kill SCP-173? Intern Whitney, even if we could, which it's not that hard to destroy a concrete statue, we don't destroy anomalies as a matter of policy here at the Foundation. Consider SCP-1609, when the Global Occult Coalition wood-chipped an anomalous teleporting chair, and the splinters were still alive and angry, and teleported into their lungs, puncturing them and killing them. Do you want a bunch of concrete and rebar detritus that can teleport and break multiple necks at once if not looked at? Might not be a good thing. We don't know what'll happen. Maybe we shouldn't do that. We finished a prototype Remote Liminal Eliminator, or RLE for short, testing in an old abandoned SCP facility and redacted for level 3 and under. 369 Destroyer. Okay, keep copious notes, because you've got to understand when it comes to SCP technologies, we always run into the same problem, which is if something is useful, it very often comes with heavy consequences. So you're dealing with Telekill Alloy as the original. And when it was written at first, it was just, oh, this is the magic metal that stops telekinetic abilities and things like that, telepathic abilities, and stops anomalous energy. So we make everything out of Telekill. Well, that made containment too easy to the authors above us, and so they made it far more dangerous in a retcon. And now Telekill Alloy is something to be used very sparingly, otherwise bad things happen. Furthermore, the Scranton Reality Anchor is a marvel of SCP Foundation technological advancement, but it is also ridiculously expensive, ridiculously unwieldy, being the size of an MRI machine, so not like we can just plop these down willy-nilly, and they require the corpse of a reality bender to run, which, you gotta understand, it's not like we have a lot of those lying around. So it is a hard tax on how useful SRAs can be. So with that in mind, I am glad we're working on this RLE, so to speak, but be cautious because these kind of technologies that seem like they might be a miracle for containment, they typically come with side effects and bad things that make them not so fun to use, but also way more interesting to the authors on the higher pataphysical level above us because they're not just an instant cure-all that Mary Sue fixes everything. Is Dr. Shaw a man or a woman? I keep seeing some people debate about it. Researcher Freud, the answer is Dr. Shaw is whatever the body that Shaw is in at the time. Because Shaw does not have an article on the database, we do not have confirmed lore for preferred pronouns and things like that the way we do for Dr. Lachlan Cairns. If I look up Dr. Lachlan Cairns, I believe Dr. Lachlan Cairns is a he, him from before the body snatching. I do not know if the body hopping has changed Dr. Cairns' self-outlook or not. I would have to look into SCP-8586 again to find that information. $100. Yes, I do believe that an entity that swapped bodies as often as Shaw and or Cairns would probably develop some sort of gender dysphoria moving into gender expressions due to the fact that you're changing bodies so often. At least that's how I imagine it might go. And so if pi has infinite digits, that means it will and does exactly make out SCP-096's face somewhere. In turn, I'm wondering how you conceptualize that. I'm not familiar with using the data points of pi and numerical code to encode images. But if you were to encode pixels from numerical data, I assume it might be possible to generate a photo of 096's face. But artistic representations do not count. You'd be looking at a reminder that only photographs and videos of 096 activate it, because those are representations of its face taken from its actual face. So I wonder if data could generate something that activates 096 or not. It's an interesting concept. I hope not. It would make our random number generators very dangerous. Intern someone, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some pucky on your way past the commissary. Doc, how do I get back inside? I'm Class D. Well, you're not supposed to come back inside, D-Class. You are supposed to stay out there until it shows up. Good luck with your experiment. Gordon Freeman, thank you for sending a thumbs up to today's Containment Hazard Assessment team. I am sure they will bask in the positivity. I just received an email that you all might be interested in. This email is for backers of the SCP Gallionic Kickstarter. This is just posted minutes ago. 1 minute ago, in fact, I got this email. Let's see what it says. 20-minute mark reached. A bit late to this update, but we reached the 20-minute mark stretch goal. Words cannot describe how absolutely stoked we are right now, seriously. I keep saying thank you with every new post, and I fear it's getting a bit redundant, but believe me when I say that genuinely, what we've been able to amass in such a short time is nothing short of jaw-dropping. You saw nothing. And the love and support we've gotten has been truly cathartic, considering the amount of sleepless nights we passed making this a reality. So with our utmost respect, thank you. That being said, the campaign is still not over. We've got more stretch goals lined up, which I believe will be very, very cool. Time to show the world what we made and show how proud we are of it. There are very few communities who are able to collectively rally up together to make something like this happen. So what every single one of you did is no small feat. Let's show the world what we got. Fire emoji exclamation mark. Well, I do enjoy some good vibes. And so SCP Gallionic, keep up the good work. I am looking forward. Now that you've got your 20-minute edition, I am looking forward to 2028 where we have a release of it. Doc, what are your thoughts on the series made by Lord Bung and its downfall? Intern Chapel, I collaborated with Lord Bung once on an audio recording for Site 42. It was a big group project with a bunch of SCP YouTubers. And nice enough person in the long run, but they did go through hell and back with back-to-back-to-back dramas, which I can't imagine was easy. As a content creator on my side of it, I see, the bomb's dropping. Oh, man. I feel bad for that situation. Confinement was a great show. I'm sad that they left so much money on the table due to their sticking to their artistic guns, that they used licensed music and therefore did not make money from the millions of views they got on the channel. Perhaps if they had that funding, they could have avoided some of the drama, maybe, because they wouldn't have been so stressed out for finances. And at the end of the day, it was a good show. Although, an artist takes their way, they have a singular vision. Sometimes the fans might not agree with that vision. And much like happens in certain fandoms today, like the Amazing Digital Circus, oh boy, did the fans respond violently to news they did not like. Whew! I do not envy the scenario. That said, we do know that Confinement is, quote, coming back without the original creators, but with their blessing. And so we'll see if that channel is able to do that. Wait, what happened with the Amazing Digital Circus? Intern Sprite, just a whole bunch of fan backlash to the creator Gooseworks when they said that Jax and Pomni were the main characters of the show. Because though fans who were angry saw it as more of a ensemble and that their favorite characters were being neglected because they weren't main characters. And they got really, really mad on Reddit. Orange Cloud, thank you for your first donation of today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a slice of pumpkin pie on your way past the commissary. Boss, I can't take this anymore. Whoever is doing this has melted 7 of the security doors. I'm running out of them. The hallway with the back rooms entrance probably won't have security anymore. I'm a little confused. We don't have back rooms at the Foundation. The back rooms is not an SCP. Now, we monitor the back rooms as it's being worked on by async, but we don't truly interact with the back rooms typically. They kind of bogart the whole thing. So I'm a little confused, Orange Cloud. Maybe if you can clarify for me. Gordon Freeman, thank you for sending an ice cream sundae to today's Containment Hazard Assessment team. I am sure they enjoyed that sweet treat. Intern someone, thank you for donating again to say, Doc, the experiment send me, I'm at the front gate out. No. The experiment was supposed to send you to the front gate, and then what's supposed to show up there with you will be there shortly. Don't worry. Inside the front gate is still well within the containment fences. Obviously, we wouldn't put you outside if you would be able to escape, or we wouldn't put it outside if it were able to escape. So no, you're both going to still be well contained, just out in the lawn, where there's daylight, so we can see if the daylight affects the anomaly. You know, UV rays. We're doing science. Good luck. Your hair looks edible. Well, I do believe it has gotten, at least the blue has gotten to a kind of cotton candy blue tint, so I can see that. How did the SCP Foundation figure out about SCP-3008? Well, if you read the document for SCP-3008, you will find that we have a journal from someone who was trapped inside 3008. And so we got a lot of intel from that journal. Because, of course, if we send teams in there, then we cannot get them out very easily. Drones are able to work a little bit. So we've gotten intel from drones before. Orange Cloud, thank you for donating again to clarify. Remember the other day when you were doing something under another type of anomalous room? So yeah, the lack rooms. On that day, one of my robots clipped through the ground, and I told you that it fell into the back rooms. Okay. So you found a clipping spot to the back rooms. Oh, we're going to have to isolate that. But okay, you don't mean an official entrance. You mean a no-clip site. Yes. More than worrying about security doors, I am more worried about, is it a temporary or a permanent zone? If it's a temporary zone, we don't have to worry about it, and we can stop wasting security door resources. But definitely keep an active team nearby for security, since seemingly these doors are not holding up, so to speak. Researcher Froy and Amber, you are both correct that the like count is 109 and the viewer count is 79, which means we have more likes than viewers. And thanks to you, Site42 staff, we are going to have the YouTube algorithm bringing us more people. Some who don't know what SCP is and might be interested. Some who know what SCP is but didn't know we had such an active YouTube community. And thanks to your efforts, as well as all of the SCP content creators we work with, we will bring glory to the SCP Foundation. We will bring great films and games and art. We will support the SCP Wiki and its authors, artists, animators, game devs, filmmakers, merch makers, podcasters, etc. So thank you for your service hitting that like button, gaming the YouTube algorithm to bring us great strength. Mobile Task Force Sci-42, codename the Signal Boosters. Gordon Freeman, thank you for sending 2 party hats to today's Containment Hazard Assessment team. I am sure the festivities will, 3 party hats now. I am sure that the festivities will be quite relaxing and recuperating for them. Intern Dukes, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. And thank you for another party hat, Gordon Freeman. All right, Site 42 staff, we are currently at the end of stream. Actually, we are 16 minutes past the end of stream. But since I'm still going to do our tradition, I'm still going to tell you my favorite SCPs as I do at the end of every stream. But I'm not going to tell you that my favorites are the ones I personally wrote. That would be cheating. But if you want to read the SCPs I wrote, you can go to these Sherm's author page in Site 42 Hub on the SCP database. There you can see the SCPs I personally wrote, as well as contributed voice lines or sound effects to. And while you are at my author page, one tab over from there, you'll find a list of links. Links that people are very often interested in, and they ask about them all the time. But then they're just not clever enough to find them, even with all of the hints. Sad. But not sad for you guys, because you guys, as members of Mobile Task Force Sci 42 codename Signal Boosters, you are, in fact, clever enough to find those links. And because of that, you'll be able to become a Patreon patron or a YouTube channel member to donate to us monthly. You can do a Ko-Fi or a YouTube Super Chat to donate to us one at a time. Either way, we greatly appreciate your generous donations to Site 42. They are the quickest way to help Site 42 and its staff keep the lights on, so we thank you very much. And if you're part of the Broke Gang and you can't donate to us or the projects we support, reminder, that's cool. We also need the engagement team. SCP needs troops to go out there and hit that like button, comment, share, chat, subscribe, not just to us, but to the SCP projects we support. The SCP Galleonics, the There Is No Anti-Memetics Division live-action shorts or miniseries by friends of the channel. It's because of you guys in the engagement team that the algorithm brings us fresh blood, fresh eyes, people who get into SCP, spreads the art to the community, far beyond the bounds of the community. Did you know that as of yesterday's interview with SCP Galleonic, as of yesterday's interview, there were still people who I was posting, hey, we're interviewing the team that's making SCP the anime? And someone in my Discord server said, wait, there's going to be an SCP anime? I get it. I get it. Not everyone is as online as myself and many of you. But that's why we do what we do, people. Because every day we do it, we hit another group of people and more people learn. So, this is why we do what we do. This is why I thank you guys, even in the Broke Gang, for spreading the word. And so I thank you, Mobile Task Force Sci 42, codename Signal Boosters. Now, Gordon Freeman, thank you for sending, I believe it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more party hats. You sent 7 more party hats. I'm sure the festivities will be a gangbuster affair. Furthermore, Orange Cloud, thank you for donating again to say, hold on, kicks a piece of metal to where the clipping spot was and nothing happens. Kick it around some more and 0 clipping happens. Well, then I guess we are good. I'll have a D-class cleanup. Well, at least we are not going to have any anomalies of ours fall into the back rooms. That would be very annoying to get back. Gordon, thank you for sending a good luck, have fun. I'm sure the chat will continue to have fun at your urging. Chat just wants to have fun. And, intern Brandolyn Travis, thank you for sending a floating heart to today's Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure that they feel the love. And now, my favorite SCPs in no particular order are SCP-3999, SCP-3043, SCP-008-J, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5031, SCP-5175, SCP-5320, and SCP-8980. Content warning on that last one, it's a bit of a rough read. Speed round. 3999-3043-008-J, Spooky-J, 5031, 5175, Internet entity content warning on that one's a rough read. Site 42 staff, this has been another Coffee Break with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site 42. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. Be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. I'll see you in the next video or stream. Intern Martatron, thank you for your first donation to today's stream right at the ending, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a chimichanga on your way past the commissary. And yes, we have been able to extract an SCP-3008 employee. I believe they are -2s, not -1s. Just for proper terminology sake. Yes, -1 is the infinite IKEA space. -2 are the employee entities. And so, the -2s have come out from time to time. We usually have to gun them down, as is illustrated at the end of the SCP-3008 article. Think about the love inside, the strength of heart. Think about the heroes saving life in the dark. Climbing higher through the fire, time was running out. Never knowing you weren't going to be coming down alive. But you still came back for me. You were strong and you believed. Everything is going to be alright. Everything is going to be alright. Everything is going to be alright. Be strong, believe. Be strong, believe. The credit song is Believe by Yellow Card. SCP-096, welcome to Site-42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. And as always, Site-42 staff, be safe, be well, and secure, contain, protect.